Head isolations are a really cool and fun move to mess around with. They take some practice, but if you get really good at them, they can be a real jaw dropper. Alright, head isolations. Head isolations are a tricky move to get and do take practice. When you start off doing head isolations, you make sure you want to get your neck nice and loose, get your shoulders loose. You don't want to be tight when you do head isolations. Head isolations are two basic movements: isolating the body, moving the head, and isolating the head, moving the body. Okay? The key to head isolations is moving your head in the opposite direction that you move your body. So if I'm moving my body to the left, I want to move my head to the right. And you want to make the movement of your head very subtle. You want to make it so subtle that you can't even tell that your head's moving. And that's the trick. Just make the movement of your head in the opposite direction very subtle. Alright? That's the key to head isolations. What you don't want to do with head isolations, this is like the biggest mistake that beginners do, is that they do this and they do this. Your head is never going to be doing this during head isolations, because that's not a head isolation. And shrugging your shoulders like individually, that's not part of head isolation either. People are doing this thinking they're doing head isolations when they're really not, and just look stupid. Alright? So when you're moving your body for the head isolation, your shoulders, they stay together. If one shoulder moves, the other shoulder moves. This entire upper body part moves as a whole. And with your head, it's a very basic movement. Kind of like you're pretending that there's a pole just going straight through the sides of your head. And your head can only move back and forth. You always want to keep the side of your face parallel to the walls. So you're never going to be going like this. You're going to be going like this during your head isolations. Alright, none of this, none of this. The trick that I like to use that make my head isolations, I think it helps, whatever works for you, I shrug my shoulders up slightly, very slightly, so that way my neck has more room to move from side to side, opposed to as if my neck was stretched out like this. It doesn't have much room to move from side to side. If I shrug my shoulders up, it gives it more room for my neck to stretch out to the sides. Alright, so remember, very subtle movements, head's going in the opposite direction as your body. Moving my body to the right, my head's going to go left. There are a couple different exercises you can do to help practice your head isolations. One of the ones that I like to use is I like to put my finger about a foot away from my face, about 6 to 12 inches, and just, follow it back and forth, making sure that my finger stays perfectly in the center between my eyes, along with my nose. Alright? And make sure you keep your finger in between your eyes. That forces your head to move side to side in that motion. And another one I like to do is I pretend that I'm putting my ear to the wall, as if you're trying to listen through the wall. You pretend you're putting your ear to the wall. You want to put the side of your head flat to the wall. So you just put your hand like this. Try just doing that. Trying to put the whole side of your face flat against your hand. And that forces you to move your head like this instead of like this, because if you're doing this, it's just putting the top of your head to your hand instead of going like this. Alright. Another one that I like to do, I picked this one up from Otis Bunkmeyer. He's a fellow person on YouTube that helps teach for poppers and stuff. He said he picked up from a mind book. What he does this little pose thing. You put your elbows out, And just move your head from side to side, like this. That forces your head to move from side to side in that motion, opposed to if you did this and you're just going like that, because then you kind of know you're doing it wrong. And my personal favorite is the zombie walk. And I picked this one up from the Russian Tiger, Jeff Vinokur. You put your arms out like a zombie, and you just walk back and forth, moving your head in the opposite direction that you're stepping and walking. What I like to do is I pick a point in the wall or on the wall, and I just focus in on it. And I make sure that focus point never changes and the view and angle never change. Because if they do change, that means that my head's moving too much. I strongly suggest practicing head isolations in front of a mirror and watching yourself and doing them very slowly. Because what people tend to do is that they don't watch themselves doing it in front of a mirror, so they have no idea that they're doing it really sloppy. And if you do it slowly, it makes sure that you get your head isolations really clean. A lot of people rush head isolations and it'll just look like this. And they don't know that their head's moving like all over the place. If you practice slowly and in front of a mirror, you can get your head isolations very clean and very good, good looking. So make sure you practice in front of a mirror. Getting clean head isolations is more important than having fast looking head isolations, because fast head isolations just look sloppy. Clean head isolations are always going to look better.
Justice, featuring a children's choir from the UK. New single, Dance.